By now, investigators knew three things. USS Scorpion was gone. 99 sailors were dead. And whatever happened had unfolded with terrifying speed. But one question still haunted everyone involved. What actually killed the submarine? The answer seemed close. The wreck had been found. The photographs had been analyzed. The evidence had been collected. Surely now the mystery would finally be solved. Instead, the debate was only beginning. One theory quickly rose above the others. Because unlike some of the more dramatic explanations, this one appeared grounded in reality. And it involved a weapon Scorpion carried herself. A torpedo. At first, the theory sounded almost impossible. How could a submarine be destroyed by its own weapon? Then investigators started looking closer. And suddenly, it didn't seem impossible at all. The theory suggested that one of Scorpion's torpedoes may have malfunctioned. If a torpedo became hot running, it could begin operating inside the submarine's tube. In simple terms, the weapon could activate when it wasn't supposed to. And if that happened, the crew would have only seconds to react. Imagine being deep beneath the Atlantic Ocean. No sunlight, no escape. Then suddenly alarms begin screaming. A torpedo is armed, inside your submarine. What do you do? That's exactly why this theory gained traction. Because it could explain something investigators couldn't ignore. The complete lack of a distress signal. If the crew was fighting an immediate emergency, they may not have had time to transmit anything. Not a warning, not an SOS, nothing. The timeline fit. The evidence seemed plausible. And for years, many investigators believed this was the answer. Then came a problem. A very big problem. Some experts argued the physical evidence simply didn't support the theory. Not completely. Not enough to close the case. And once again, the mystery survived. But that wasn't the strangest part. Because another theory soon emerged. And some believed it was even more likely. This theory focused on something far less dramatic. A battery. Submarines depend on batteries for countless systems. And under certain conditions, batteries can produce hydrogen gas. Hydrogen is highly flammable. In the wrong environment, it can become deadly. Some investigators theorize that a hydrogen explosion may have triggered a chain reaction aboard Scorpion. An explosion, followed by catastrophic damage, followed by the submarine's destruction. Again, the theory seemed reasonable. Again, the evidence partially fit. Again, it explained some questions, but not all of them. And that's the story of USS Scorpion. Every theory explains something. No theory explains everything. Then came the theory that captured the public imagination. The theory that refuses to die. The Soviet theory. Remember the world in 1968? America and the Soviet Union weren't friends. They were rivals armed with nuclear weapons. Both sides monitored each other's movements. Both sides conducted secret operations. And both sides were constantly searching for advantages. When word spread that USS Scorpion had vanished, some people immediately suspected Soviet involvement. Maybe Scorpion had encountered an enemy submarine. Maybe a confrontation had occurred. Maybe the submarine had been attacked. It sounds like something straight out of a Cold War thriller, and that's exactly why so many people believed it. There was just one problem: evidence, or rather, the lack of it. Investigators searched for proof. They searched for damage consistent with combat. They searched for intelligence reports. They searched for witness accounts, but nothing definitive ever emerged. No smoking gun, no confirmed Soviet admission, no conclusive evidence. And without evidence, the theory remained exactly that, a theory. Yet despite that fact, the Soviet explanation never disappeared. Even today, people continue debating it, because humans hate uncertainty. We want answers. We want causes. We want closure. USS Scorpion offers none of those things. That's what makes this story so unsettling. Not the submarine, not the wreck, not even the loss of 99 sailors. It's the uncertainty, the realization that even with all our technology, all our expertise, all our investigations, some mysteries remain unsolved. Think about that for a moment. The United States Navy deployed enormous resources. Investigators spent years examining evidence. Experts analyzed photographs. Engineers reviewed data. Analysts studied acoustic recordings. And after all of it, no universally accepted answer exists. That should bother you. Because if a nuclear submarine can vanish and leave behind questions that remain unanswered for decades, what else don't we know? More than half a century has passed since USS Scorpion disappeared beneath the Atlantic Ocean. Families grew older. Children became adults. Entire generations came and went. Yet the submarine remains exactly where investigators found her, resting in darkness, silent, unmoving, nearly 2 miles beneath the surface. A tomb for 99 sailors. And perhaps a tomb for the truth itself. Somewhere down there sits the answer. Maybe it's hidden in damage nobody fully understood. Maybe it's buried within evidence never discovered. Maybe the ocean has already erased it forever. We don't know, and that's the hardest part, because most mysteries eventually end. A witness comes forward. New evidence emerges. A confession is made. The puzzle is solved. USS Scorpion never gave us that ending. Instead, it gave us something else. A question. One that still echoes through naval history. Did USS Scorpion fall victim to a tragic accident? Did one malfunction trigger an unstoppable chain of events? Or did something happen beneath the Atlantic Ocean that we still don't fully understand? More than 50 years later, nobody can answer with complete certainty. And that's why USS Scorpion remains one of the most chilling mysteries ever lost beneath the sea. 99 men departed on what should have been a routine mission. None of them came home. The ocean kept its secret, and perhaps it always will. Please like and subscribe to the channel to catch the next epic story.